Hey everybody, Mandus here with Maximum Muscle Report, alongside my co-host Nate Spear for the weekend.
What's up, guys?
Fresh in Miami, guys. Prejudging just ended for the bodybuilders in the classic physique. What a show it was. By the way, all weekend brought to you by True Nutrition. Guys, if you have never tried True Nutrition, go to the site, check it out. Use code MMR for your discount. Nate, let's jump right in. Bantamweights wasn't very deep.
Wasn't deep, but some guys with some great condition. Usually as bantams, you know, smaller guys, they tend to bring the dry, crisp look. The one guy that really stuck out to me was Mark Ybarra. Obviously, he found himself right in the middle. Very, very dry, very crisp. You could even see in his face, had that nice death face going on.
Yep.
He was ready.
You know, Nate, do you think guys in classes like this, you know, you win a pro card, there's such a long way to go to the 202. Do you think it's going to be something like jumping into classic?
Oh, definitely. I think, you know, a lot of these guys, too, you got to remember, it doesn't show in pictures and in person when you see them on stage, but you got to remember, these guys are 4'11", 5 feet tall, you know, so these guys are very short, very compact structure. So it's only, even if they filled out their frame, you're looking at 160 pounds, you know, dry to the bone. So classic, I think, opens up the doors for a lot of these good guys that come in. Really, they're going to get rewarded for the condition.
Correct.
And where the 212, you got to have the size.
Right.
So they're not.
Their careers would have been over.
Exactly.
In the past.
Right. So I think this is awesome for guys like this, and it's even more, I think, admirable for guys like this to turn pro in the bodybuilding and then go over. You know what I mean? So they sort of earn their stripes in bodybuilding,
right?
And then they can go over to classic.
Absolutely. We jump right into lightweights. I think the same thing. Bantamweights, lightweights, really even into the welters. Most welters are going to end up switching over into classic. Welters were a little bit deeper. Kendall Geis, shredded, dry to the bone. I mean, he jumped out to me when he came out there.
A couple solid guys. And Dustin Baez too, very good. Nice quad separation.
You know, it was very interesting when Justin came out. I actually said to you, I think this might be his year, and Kendall ended up coming out. It looks like Justin's going to be going after it one more time. But the physique is there, the package is there, stage presence is there. It's always just a little bit of fine-tuning for him.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's just right there. It's just, like you said, fine-tuning, just like hitting that extra little bit of crispiness, dryness coming in, you know what I mean? And just being more well-rounded.
Yeah. Definitely going to be a guy to look out for. He has been for the last couple of years, but no doubt his day is coming. Welters.
Well, middles, right?
Well, that was lights. Oh, you were talking about Dustin with the welter. So yeah, middles. I'm sorry.
So middles was stacked. I think honestly that was my favorite class, no doubt. All the guys. Well, I was talking to you. It's like when the guys get bigger, they tend to lose that dry, crispy separation. With the middles, they have a lot of muscle, and they still have that really dry, gnarly, just separation and crispy detail going on, which is really fun to watch.
You know, I thought the middles was the deepest class we saw here. Interestingly enough, at a show like Nationals, a lot of the little things should already be taken care of. The one knock I would say with the middles was the lack of posing.
Oh, yeah.
It was unbelievable. The presentation just wasn't there. The physiques were there. Yeah. The presentation wasn't there. And at a show like this, it's very surprising.
Yeah, you got to be prepared at a big show like this. Especially a lot of these guys are veterans. They've been around for a while. I was just a couple honorable mentions. You know what I mean? I really liked Chong was really good. He's been on the scene for a while. He goes by the name as Nixon. I think he's out from out west. And then the two guys in the middle were Leland Devon, and then also your guy Francisco. Remember we were talking about?
Yeah, Francisco really jumped out.
Yeah, he was great.
Austin Morel, another guy was hanging tough there. I think Francisco is going to end up taking this thing, but it's yet to be seen. You know, there were 3 guys in the middle, could go any way.
Yeah.
But a deep class.
Oh yeah, it was like the whole first call out. Everyone, the condition was A1. You know what I mean? And the separation, dryness was really good. I mean, even the guy Dom. You know, he's been on the scene for a while. I think he got 3rd at USA's this year. You know, a lot of these guys are knocking at the door, so it's all good when they all show up at the same show. You know what I mean? We're saying a lot of these guys have already placed, right?
Right.
And now they're all at the same show. You come and ask for a better, you know what I mean, more excitement there.
Guys, with that many of you being veterans and that many of you being that close, posing literally would have made the difference from 2nd to 3rd, 1st to 2nd, 2nd to 3rd, 3rd to 4th. As you see, like we told you, we are in Miami, and this is what you get when you're outside the venue in Miami.
Block party.
That's what it is. Let's move on to the light heavies, and there were quite a few guys to me that came out in this class that really took things to another level. Devon Bartley, Christian Coronado, those 2 jumped out. Emmanuel Rodriguez was another guy. Those are the 3 that ended up taking off,
right?
Bringing a few back on.
And then, I mean, there's also Chuck Williams, a lot of big names like we've been following. Like I said, this show has brought out a lot of guys that have been on the scene. You got Frank Manarino, you know what I mean? Another guy who's stacked to the brim. I mean, you couldn't ask for more muscle on a guy.
And now, we were talking when Frank came out, I actually thought Frank was winning this class, hands down. You can't pack more muscle on that upper body, and the back double bicep is ridiculous. He was hard, he was dry, he was nasty. Obviously, diet's hard, but maybe there's something to this AMPS.
Yeah.
You know, he has a product out there that he swears by, and he was the hardest and driest guy in the light heavies.
His side shots, too, look pro-worthy, honestly. From the side, it was like so thick, you know. Intense.
It looks like he's going to end up 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
I think he has an IFBB Pro physique.
Oh, totally.
He's a 212 guy. Hips are a little wide, little lacking in a quad sweep compared to his massive upper body, but
he's one of those guys where he has so much muscle. It's not of an off season of packing more size on. It's more of getting more mainstream, pulling back a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, some of these guys, they train so hard, it's like they put so much tissue on and they think more muscle, more muscle, more muscle. Well, sometimes you get to a point where you got to pull back, try to mainstream the physique, you know what I mean? Especially you see a lot of guys at this level, you just got to sort of get a more pleasing look now. You got the muscle, you know what I mean? It's just sort of fine tuning, right? And get that perfect look down.
Freaky, freaky, freaky. You know, there's a couple guys in this class too that I think with a little more time are going to be. Trevor Tace, I think he's going to be a great heavyweight. He's a little tall, needs to fill that frame out, but my goodness, I can't imagine that guy with another 12, 15 pounds. He's going to be dangerous back here on this stage, maybe next year.
Well, I was actually really surprised with Bartley. I've been following him for a little bit now, and he's a guy that has all the goods, but he never really knocks or nails the condition. This time he really seemed to dial it in, you know what I mean? And he was one of the 3 guys that got sent off, so I guess we'll see, you know what I mean, between him, Christian, and then Emmanuel Rodriguez. So it'll be between those 3 guys. It wasn't really clear to us sort of who has it, so it should be interesting for finals.
Guys, they keep talking about bodybuilding is dead. Where is bodybuilding dead? Because
not here.
Absolutely not here. Not in the last. North Americans was a good show. Masters Nationals was a good show. So I think that whole theory of bodybuilding is dead. That's dead. That talk is dead.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the heavies.
Yeah, heavies. Another. This was probably the most exciting class leading up to it because, you know, a lot of these guys are the guys on social media, the guys in the groups, the guys participating in bodybuilding, like the real true grit bodybuilders. I mean, even though he didn't make first call, it's, you know, a guy like Turner Riddle, been on the scene for a while, grinding, you know what I mean?
It was a surprise to me.
I know, I was very surprised. He was very well conditioned. I think he still is having a little bit of problems with the midsection, to be honest with you. And I think the problem is guys that have been on the circuit for a while, if they don't fix certain stuff that the judges are looking for, sometimes they will, it seems like, knock you for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's
it
human
shouldn't
nature.
be that way, but you know.
Well, but if they want you to fix something or something that's
the same
off
thing
with
with
your
Phil.
frame,
Same thing with Phil,
you
right?
need to fix it.
If
Well,
they say, hey,
and Phil was gassed.
Yeah.
You know, they had them posing. He was he actually got moved into the middle 4.
Right.
And I don't know if he'll finish there because he literally could not pose anymore. I thought Phil might have fell over.
Yeah.
Couldn't control his midsection. Practice your posing,
It's
guys.
little
Practice
stuff,
your
exactly.
posing.
Especially at this level, everyone is so good now. You know what I mean? You're not at the regional show where you're just going to walk
Right.
through and they're just going to let you pose for 2 seconds. You know, you really got to fine tune and be prepared to pose for a long time.
Michael Toscano.
Oh, I don't know. It seems like a sealed deal, honestly. I don't want to say it, but they moved everyone around. He stayed in the middle.
The whole time.
Yeah, they moved around Clint Chasion, who's big in the bodybuilding community, and then also a newer guy, Quinn Lebrecht. They're actually from the same area, both from Louisiana. He was the one that was very wide, had crazy structure. You know what I mean? I think you really liked him.
Yeah.
The guy in the red trunks with a mohawk.
Yeah.
And then also Phil Vizcaria.
Right. You hit it on the head. Michael Toscano, they never moved him. Everyone actually circled around him. Ended up with Clint next to him at the end there. I think we were pretty close in agreement that it looked as if those two right now have the nod. You know, we don't know, but that's what it looks like to us. The eye test is usually what we're going to go with. There was a lot of guys in this.
Yeah.
Tons of muscle. David Fenty. My God.
The back is pro-worthy, honestly. His back it's just hanging. You know what I mean? It's a lot of guys, like I said, at this show that have been on the scene for a while. Another guy who was in first call-up, Chris Mazzarazzo. Very good. You know what I mean? So it's just like, at this level, everyone is very good, but who really nailed their peak 100% that day? You see this a lot in the past, right? You know what I mean? It's like, same guys keep showing up, but it's like who is really on that day, right?
You know, when they first came out, I think we were both talking about, I might butcher your name, he was actually Athlete of the Month last year. We were in Hawaii, covered the Hawaii show. Horrible, he was in the hospital for a while, came out, did the show, won the overall there in Hawaii. Alona Megger, from the front and the structure, and he had great shape and muscle. It looked like he was going to take it away until they turned to the back. He needs to be a little more conditioned. And it was actually a little bit of the posing as well. Once he fixed his posing near the end, he looked a little bit tighter in the glutes, but he brings that posing up. We might be calling his name out.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, you never know what could happen. He's a guy to look out for.
I remember at 2016 Nationals, they had a rejudge. I remember everyone thought Kevin Rainey and there was another guy that they thought were number 2. They rejudged, and it was a whole different top 5 that everyone thought. So just, if you guys are listening, just be prepared for tomorrow. It's never done.
Never done.
Right?
Never done. You know, this actually was an exciting bodybuilding show, and we're going to finish off with the big boys.
Of course.
You know,
save the best for last,
save
right?
the best for last. I mean, is it the Hunter Labrada show?
I think it is. You know, he is very, very good, very well polished. The eye is so much on him though that now people are gonna sort of look for, okay, what is wrong with Hunter?
Sure.
Right. So I think the thing is, I think he's got a great physique. It's just the maturity has to come, you know. But what I really like about Hunter is he's taking his time. You know what I mean? He didn't jump right into it at like Teen Nationals and I got to do this and do that. You know, he did the Junior USA's first, which a lot of people told him, hey, just go to a pro qualifier, right? But he said, no, I want to do it the right way. You know what I mean? He did a couple regional shows, which obviously he could have went right to maybe a USA's or a Nationals. But he did it the right way, and I can respect him for that.
You know, hopefully we're going to see a trend now, and hopefully, Hunter, you started the trend of what should be happening again. Go do Junior USA's. Right. Go do Junior Nationals. Those are 2 fantastic shows. South Carolina, Chicago. You're not going to get better junior shows. You're going to get a lot of experience. The judging panels are the same there that they are here.
That's what you want.
Get your feedback, put in the time, wait another year, go to a pro qualifier. Hunter might be the perfect example.
Exactly.
And again, hopefully he started a trend, but it does look like the Hunter Labrada show. Nobody else brought the wow factor here to be able to topple him. And it's not because of his name. Those of you who want to talk about the name, you hit it on the head. Well-rounded, totally polished.
Right.
His tan, his posing, his stage presence. There was no stone unturned. Great coach, Andrew Vu.
Oh yeah, definitely.
By the way, Andrew, how many guys did you have here this weekend?
All you hear is him screaming behind us.
For a good 3 hours. Yeah, he's got to be hoarse, man, Andrew. But he wasn't the only guy. You know, there's two cards going out.
For sure.
It looks like it's a two-man race for the number 2 spot.
It's close.
And they sat in 2 and 3.
Right.
And they moved them 2 and 3.
Right.
So I don't think anybody knows.
Yeah, so I mean, you got Brent Swanson and then Sean Smith. So I mean, it sort of depends. I would say not apples and oranges because they're both guys with a ton of muscle. I think what I really like about Brent at this show is he's brought up his posing. He's probably one of the best polished guys posing on stage. I've been following Brent for a while, and what I can tell you is he poses to where now his physique is more pleasing.
Yeah.
I see him from the back double now, and I see more taper. I see more, he's brought his midsection in more. You know what I mean? He's worked on the stuff that he's been grinding at for so long, where guys have been, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. Well, he's done it, you know what I mean? And now he's sitting in this spot, you know what I mean? So that's where the hard work and the continuous, you know what I mean, relentless not giving up and keep doing what you got to do, you know what I mean? And now it's paying off for the guy.
Is he the definition of a blue-collar bodybuilder?
For real.
If you look up blue-collar bodybuilder, you'll see guys like Brent Swanson, Nate Spears. Like that's the definition.
And the thing you gotta love about Brent is he's quiet.
Absolutely.
He doesn't go around boasting. He doesn't go around saying, you know, when people make predictions of at every show, right? It is always this guy's gonna be this top 5 or whatever. Brent doesn't get the mention, even though he always places top 5.
He's been a top 5 for the last 3 years.
Anything.
For the last 3 years.
He doesn't say anything, and he just shows up and does what he always does, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't you got to respect that.
Yeah, yeah. Sean Smith did look good.
Oh yeah.
We don't know. We literally, there is nobody in the house right now who knows what's going to happen, except for the judges that say. So we'll wait to see.
But I do like Sean. I think he refined some stuff. You know, with Sean, he started out as a heavyweight and got second actually to C-Bum back at North Americans and was very close. That was another close battle. And he put on a ton of tissue. I mean, this guy probably put on what, 30, 40 pounds in the last 2 years. And I think that might have hurt him a little bit. But I think
too fast.
Yeah, a little too fast. But I think this time he's pulled back. And like I was saying earlier, and sort of refined his look where it's like, you know what I mean? His front shots have one more taper now. He's sort of a narrow guy.
Yeah.
So when you put that much, and he's, not to mention, he's about 5'8", 5'9", and about 250 on stage, you know what I mean? And not the widest guy. So you know what I mean? You can only have so much room to work with. But I think he's refined it, and it is showing, you know what I mean? And I think he's getting rewarded here. So I guess we'll have to stay tuned and find out.
There was another guy that was big and hard, Doug Fruey.
Yeah.
Doug, I might have butchered the name, I apologize. But he jumped out right when he came, when he walked out on stage too. So
and he was in shape. He actually did USA's this year and got second call-outs, and now he's improved. Another guy, you know what I mean? These are a lot of these shows too. You can't get too wrapped up in, you know what I mean? If you place bad, you figure it out, you know what I mean? You come back like these guys are doing. And then they start getting rewarded because they did their homework. They took the, you know what I mean, like the criticism, and they fixed what they had to fix.
It's sports and marathon, guys. It is a fantastic weekend here so far. Stay tuned. We're trying to give you everything we can. Play-by-play is up. Social media is going on. The pictures are up. Pre-show interviews are going on. This is up. We're trying to give you wall-to-wall coverage, everything we can. If you've got any suggestions for us, message us, Maximum Muscle Report, Instagram. Until then, we got some more work to do, Nate. Let's head back in.